Hey, this is Dennis Fassett, the Cash Flow Mercenary. It's a gorgeous Friday morning here in Michigan. It's going to be a beautiful day today. It's nice that summer has finally arrived here in Michigan now that school has started. Go figure. What I want to talk to you today about is communication and being the face of property management to the tenants. I've been a finance guy for a really long time, never been a people person, but this whole rental business has really forced me to kind of come out of my shell and really do more of that. And it's really been a lot of fun, actually, getting to know my tenants, getting to talk to them, find out what makes them tick. And I think it's good business as well, because if you build relationships with folks, they're more apt to stay renting your apartments. So I was over at my apartment building the other day in the evening, changing some light bulbs after dark, and I got to talking to a couple of the tenants. And one guy in particular, I checked in on. He's been having some trouble with his wireless internet, and I checked in on him to see how he was doing. And there was a little bit of a mess behind his unit. It looked like that they'd been throwing stuff out the window or something like that. And got to talking to him, and he says, "No, it's not us." I was like, "What do you mean it's not you? It's right outside your window." He goes, "No, it's the guy in the basement." And it's like, "What do you mean it's the guy in the basement?" He goes, "No, there's a guy living in the basement." And I was like, "Get out of here." He's a young guy, great guy. I thought he was yanking my chain. He goes, No, really seriously. There's a couch down there, and he's sleeping on the couch. I said, "Well, I knew there was a couch down there. One of the other tenants had left one down there." And he said, "No, seriously, there's a guy living in the basement down there." So I went down there, and sure enough, I didn't find the guy, but I found some of his stuff. And so, never a dull moment in the apartment building. I've got a guy living in one of the basements of my apartment building. I mean, it's funny, strange, whatever. So I'm in the process of changing the locks, and so that problem will be taken care of here in another week or so. But the point is that you got to be out talking to your tenants. I mean, I never would have known that I had a guy living in the basement of this building had I not been out talking to the tenants. And if I had a property manager managing the building, they never would have known, because they never get out and talk to the tenants. So I think it's really beneficial to get out, talk to the folks, and find out, what's going on in the building that you own. I mean, it's your money, you own it, and it makes sense to know what's going on there. So I like doing that. I do it not as often as I should, but I still get out and do it when I can. And I recommend you do the same thing when you have rental properties. I do the same thing for my houses, not as often, because those are pretty much on autopilot. They're doing really well. I'm going to be going away for the weekend, so I'm not going to be doing any updates this weekend, but I want to remind you to tune in on Saturday night, 8 p.m., game of the week. My USC Trojans are going to Columbus and for the annual beatdown of the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Sweater Vest. So tune in 8 p.m. It's the only week of the year that my Michigan and Michigan State brethren and us, we're all on the same page rooting for the same team. So hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll be back with some videos next week. I've got a couple that I'm going to show you to visibly demonstrate the difference between good tenant screening and bad tenant screening, so you don't want to miss them. So again, appreciate your time. Dennis Fassett, the Cash Flow Mercenary. Appreciate your time. I look forward to talking again next week. Have a good weekend.